Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the, what's today's date? 25th of May, 2021 to talk about everything that went down tonight on NXT. Starts tonight's NXT does go. We had a big main event with the NXT Championship on the line, and I enjoyed tonight's show. There was good action on the show overall. I thought everything flowed very well, and we built up to two big matches taking place next week as well. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here, twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, or over on youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out one of two different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below in the About section, and donating there, or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can subscribe to the channel one of two different ways, either with a tiered subscription or for free with Amazon Prime, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and we'd greatly appreciate it if you use that Twitch subscription, that Prime Gaming subscription, on us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out in the live chat with either a super chat or a super sticker donation. All super chat donations do get read live on the air. Also, remember, you can subscribe to the channel as a channel member by hitting the join button down below next to where it says subscribe. As a channel member, you get early access to podcasts, non-news videos, exclusive news, a badge next to your name, emojis you can use in the live chat, and more. But if you say, how do I directly support PW Unlimited? Well, that's patreon.com. Patreon.com/PW Unlimited. With that, we've got NXT to talk about, which kicked off with some tag team action. The show opened with a really cool hype video for the main event. How do I explain this? This was better than what they do at a takeover as far as this video being aired. Like, this video was made to get you invested in staying for the main event. And I feel like this was better than whenever they do like the opening montages for takeovers. I thought this did even better than what they usually do at takeovers. As we get to the main portion of the show after the video, the announcers are all standing at ringside. Vic Joseph, Beth Phoenix, and Wade Barrett to welcome us to the show, and they run down the card immediately, stating that tag team action will open up the show with Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai taking on Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. I thought this match was really fun. Gonzalez, well, there goes a fast car by me. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but it threw me off. Anyways, Gonzalez began the match with power moves on Ember Moon, and these two worked really well together. Like, so well that I go, I'd like to see Ember versus Raquel for that title one day. Moon fought back to frustrate the champ with counters and 2 counts. They played cat and mouse, with Ember being the faster one running away from the champ, and finally Dakota Kai tagged in. The heels began to work over Moon, and Blackheart tagged in and ran wild on Dakota Kai. The baby faces were soon in control, and Blackheart applied a Texas Cloverleaf, and Gonzalez saved her partner. The match went through a commercial break, and Moon was cleaning house when the show came back. Kai caused a distraction that allowed Gonzalez to boot Moon in the face. The heels went back to working over Ember, and Blackheart jumped in to make the save at one point, and then Moon made the hot tag. Blackheart, with a go-to-sleep buster-ish kind of thing, for a near fall on Dakota Kai. Gonzalez then saved Kai from a doomsday device, and Gonzalez jumped in again to save Kai by freeing her from a leg lock crossface combo by Ember Moon. At one point, Moon and Blackheart then executed a double team combo where Moon suplexed Kai into a dominator, while Blackheart swooped in and delivered a cutter. This was all after Gonzalez was thrown from the ring. Moon went and then covered Dakota Kai to pick up the victory. So Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart do defeat Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, and as soon as the match ends, I can't speak, Raquel jumps in and just destroys the baby faces. She takes down Ember. She then throws Shotzi out of the ring and tells Dakota, sit her up, make her watch. She puts Shotzi in a powerbomb position and slams her back first into the plexiglass barricade. Then slams her back first into the ring post. Then slams her back first into the barricade again before dropping her gut first, chest first-ish on the barricade itself, on the open spot that doesn't have the plexiglass and chain link on it. So I don't know. WWE does this too much, especially in tag team matches, where a team will lose, and then right immediately the losing partner that didn't get pinned jumps in and attacks the other team to still look good, I guess. I don't know about that. Next up, we had Pete Dunne versus Bobby Fish. I don't know about Bobby Fish and him being a singles guy because, I mean, his first match back, and then they kept saying, he's not a singles competitor. He's always been in a tag team with Kyle O'Reilly, and he hasn't had an actual singles match in over a year and a half, and this and that. And then he gets beat. So it's like, are we to take him serious as a singles guy or no? The Fish showed a lot of fire, I guess you could say, at the start of this match. Yet Dunn baited him into taking a cheap shot. He grappled on the mat for a little while, and Dunn stomped Fish in the face. Dunn then began to target the arm, the one that was surgically repaired, and Fish reversed it to work Dunn's arm. At one point, though, Dunn was targeting Fish's arm when the show came back from a break, and Fish fired up. He caught Dunn in a sleeper, and Dunn, with the joint manipulation stuff, was able to break out. Dunn then dropped Fish right on his arm again. Dunn then just started to get violent, I guess you could say. Dunn followed Fish when he tried to get out of the ring, and at ringside, Fish smashed Dunn into the barricade. Fish jumped back into the ring only for him to walk into an enziguri. Fish answered back with an exploder into the ropes, which led to a near fall on Dunn. They traded knee strikes for a couple shots here, and Dunn buckled into the corner. Dunn was then playing possum, though, and Dunn exploded into a flurry of offense, but Fish cut him off with another with a suplex for a 2. Dunn then snapped the fingers of Bobby Fish while attempting to apply an armbar. Fish still managed to roll through and apply a joint lock of his own. Dunn countered and hit the bitter end, and then Dunn covered Fish to pick up the victory. Okay, Bobby Fish comes back from injury. He gets beat. Cool, whatever. But then Oney Lorcan jumps in and beats his ass even more. Screws with the arm over the apron of the ring, smashes it down. Referees come out to try and stop him. Pete Dunne looks at Lorcan and goes, and so he says, okay, well, I guess you just told me to beat him some more. So he goes and beats the ass of Bobby Fish even more. So they really, really made Bobby Fish look bad here as far as like, yeah, we can't take him serious as a singles guy. Great tag team wrestler, but I don't know as a singles. So in the back, Mercedes Martinez was cutting a promo about working her way back up the ladder. Yes, she did lose to Raquel Gonzalez, but she learned things in that match that she will use next time when she works her way back up to a title shot. As she walks out of frame, Boa is seen behind her, basically saying, oh, you're going to face Xia Li soon, probably. Hit Row did a pre-tape vignette, cut a promo. I mean, it was all right, but here's my issue with Hit Row, and outside of the Top Dollar and Treasure Show, everything they do just comes off super over scripted. Like they worked on this a lot, and this was not the first take. Like this would not have been done live in front of the crowd good. Like it really, I could see the edit points, and I could tell that these were multiple takes. And that's my one thing with these guys. They're cutting these promos, and you can tell how scripted they are. And all the backstage ones, you can tell they're multiple takes. And so they're talking about how they want all the gold, even though there's one female, so she doesn't even have a tag team partner, whatever. But then last week, Scott said that, I'm going after whoever wins the North American title. But then this week he said, I'm going after whoever wins the NXT title, but also maybe the North American title. And then you had Top Dollar and Ashanti the Adonis talk about the tag team titles. And then Top Dollar says something about the North American title and how he's bigger than the colossal Bronson Reed. And then Ashanti says something about going after the Cruiserweight title and Kushida. I don't know what these guys want. They want championships. Okay, cool. Narrow it fucking down. Does Swerve want to be the North American title holder, or does he want the NXT title? What does Top Dollar want? Tag titles or the North American title? Ashanti, what do you want? Cruiserweight tag? It doesn't make sense. And it's just not there for me. I see everybody on Twitter liking it and saying, man, this is really good. This is fire. But to me, it's not. And that's my opinion, and maybe I just don't get it. I'm going to say it as a country bumpkin white guy. Maybe that's it. Maybe because I didn't grow up with the... They're supposed to be like hip-hop superstars, kind of. Because they cut the promo saying, people think we're here just to cut good rhymes in our music and stuff. So maybe because I didn't grow up or am not in the hip-hop music scene, I don't get it. Maybe that's it. Maybe because all I listen to is country music. Specifically, early 2000s and 90s country music. Where it was really, really country. So, I don't know. Maybe that's why I don't get it. It's just because I'm not that demographic that suits to. You know what I mean? I'm not a hip-hop kind of guy. But next up, Mercedes Martinez took on Zeta Ramier. Since Saturday says, well, you should listen to hip-hop more than country songs. But that's the thing. I'm not interested in hip-hop music. I'll listen to it if somebody else puts it on the radio. But to me, I just don't like it. It's not my thing. Country music is what I love. It's what I grew up listening to my entire life. It's what I like. I'll listen to other music like hip-hop if other people put it on. But when I hear it, it's to me, I'm just like, I don't get it. I'm not the demographic for hip-hop music, I guess. I don't know. Just like the whole Bad Bunny thing. I don't listen to that kind of music, so I didn't get the whole vibe of Bad Bunny. Mercedes Martinez, like I said, took on Zeta Ramier. Match was all right, but it was basically just Mercedes Martinez beating her ass. After Mercedes defeated Ramier with an air raid crash, the lights went out. Came back on. We saw a symbol on the screen. Smoke was in the building, and she had marks on her hand, which, damn, they got those marks on her hand quick. Eventually, they went off and came back on with her lighting and her music. She's going to face Xia Li and Tian Shaw, whatever their names are. Whatever her name, Tian Shaw. Coming up here soon. Next up, we had Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase in the $1 Million Face-Off. Grimes asked DiBiase, why? Why has DiBiase been embarrassing him? Grimes told DiBiase he looked up to him. And Grimes learned people would like him if he had money. Grimes sadly said, to never meet your idols, though. DiBiase responded by saying he really likes Cameron Grimes. They have a lot in common than they might think. According to DiBiase, at least. He put Grimes through hell because he saw a little bit of himself in Cameron. DiBiase said that he was here because he was looking for that one individual. That one individual that basically embodies the entitlement of the $1 Million Man. DiBiase went on to say that Grimes has a lot of focus since becoming rich. And then they were interrupted by LA Knight. So, LA Knight said that he wanted DiBiase to pick him to be his protege. Grimes finally said he had enough. Grimes ordered Knight out of the ring, or Grimes threatened to kick his ass. To the moon. Knight responded by laying out Grimes, and he left the ring. DiBiase stood over a fallen Cameron Grimes and said, "Kid, just never gonna get it." DiBiase cackled and did his signature laugh. So my question is, was he screwing with Grimes the whole time, saying that you have a little of me and you? and he brought in LA Knight, and so he's like going to manage LA Knight or something, and LA Knight's going to be the new $1 million champion? Or I don't know. That's how it came off to me, as this was all a setup by DiBiase for Knight to come out and attack Grimes. We'll see. We'll see where it leads to. Indy Hartwell was backstage looking for Dexter Lumis. He interrupted Everrise, and one of them wanted to fight her. This is supposed to be comedy, and I think Drake Maverick told Hartwell he saw Lumis last in a room. I don't know. He pointed in a direction. Hartwell went into the room. There was a bunch of drawings supposedly drawn by Lumis. He was heartbroken, apparently. Hartwell was in turn upset. The courtship was cut at first, but it has become kind of weird regardless of what they're doing here. So eventually the only way she gets with Dexter if she breaks off from the way, right? I mean, that's the only thing I can see. But next up, we had Frankie Monet versus Cora Jade. And when I said Mercedes Martinez versus Zeta Ramier was all to make Mercedes look good and beat Zeta's ass, this was even more of Frankie just destroying Cora Jade the entire match. Like, I don't think Cora got one move in. When you say this is a WWE squash enhancement match, exactly what this is. This was like those old Braun Strowman and why can't I think of her name off? Nia Jax matches when they first did the Raw brand split in 2016. When they would just bring in somebody for them to utterly destroy. Like Charlotte Bordeaux back in the day for Nia, and James Ellsworth for Braun. But regardless, Monet, a couple times actually, yelled at her, is this what you want? You want the Wira Loca? She yelled it a couple of times. She ran through most of this match hitting a bunch of signature moves, and she just looked dominant and really, really good. Monet won the match with her version of the Glam Slam, where Beth at the end goes, well, that looked familiar. After this, Grizzly Young Vets cut a promo on Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. After Ciampa and Thatcher had cut a promo on them, Ciampa and Thatcher cut the better promo of the two, I think. And it looks like the two teams will meet again because they're 1-1. NXT UK champion Walter addressed the remaining members of Imperium, and I don't understand what they were trying to do here with the sound. The audio was just horrendous on this. Like he was supposed to come in through a radio or something. I don't know. But he basically told them that Alexander Wolf made them look bad, and it's time for Imperium to right the wrongs. The first wrong they must right is against Breezango, who took the tag team titles from them. He said, Breezango don't respect this business like we do. They are showmen, but you are professional wrestlers. Next up, Bronson Reed came out to address the WWE Universe for the first time since winning the title last week. Talked about how it took him 14 years to get to this moment to become a champion in WWE. He said not just a climb up the mountain, but falling down and climbing back up, and falling down and climbing back up, falling down and finally climbing to the top, which he's technically not at the tip of the top because he's still only in NXT as a North American champion, not the NXT champion, and not a champion on the main roster yet. Anyways, digress. He said that he climbed a mountain, but now everybody in the back that wants to come after him for the North American title, they've got a colossal mountain to climb. Out would then come Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma. And my first thought was, nice. Santos Escobar lost the Cruiserweight title to Kushida. Now he's been upgraded out of the Cruiserweight division and wants to go after the North American title. And I really like this because I really, really like Santos Escobar. Escobar said that he can relate to Bronson Reed because Escobar himself was born to be a champion. Unlike Reed, who became a champion, he was born to be a champion, and this business is all for him. He went on to say that after watching the match last week, the North American title caught his eye because, well, Mexico is in North America, so he should be representing the North American title. There was a joke from Joaquin Wild who goes, well, U.S. and Mexico, what about Canada? And Santos goes, I told you Canada doesn't count. It was very weird and out of place to me. Escobar got in the ring, or up on the ring apron, to further berate Bronson Reed. He even said something about your large mass at one point. Legado del Fantasma was seemingly about to jump Reed when MSK would run down to even the odds. I still don't understand. No, that's the wrong word. Not understand. I still don't. How do I say it? Know that it's MSK running out when their music hits, because they've done this a couple times where they run out with somebody like Kushida to even the odds. Their music is kind of generic to me, so I kind of just forget that it's theirs. I'm just like, oh, that's MSK. Tag Team Champions, okay. So they come out to even the odds, beat down Joaquin Wilde, tried to beat down Escobar. He rolls out of the ring, and yeah, there we go. William Regal then makes an announcement. He says, next week, we'll be getting number 1 contenders match for the NXT Championship. It will be Pete Dunne, Kyle O'Reilly, and Johnny Gargano. The winner will move on to face the NXT champion at NXT TakeOver in your house. Also next week, the NXT Tag Team Championships will be on the line when MSK defends against Legado del Fantasma. With that, give me 1 second, guys. With that going forward, we have our main event, the NXT Championship, Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor. I thought this match was great. Maybe not as good as the TakeOver match. I thought just right there, but maybe the TakeOver match was just slightly better. Just slightly better. Regardless, these two really put in the work, tried hard, and gave us a great match. Now, the one thing, though, Vic Joseph goes, this may be the most anticipated rematch in NXT history. And my first thought was, I can name 3. The second Ciampa Gargano match, the second Finn Joe match, the second Joe Nakamura title match. Like, all 3 of those title matches, the second ones, and even for some of them, the third ones, were more anticipated than this match, to be completely honest. Like, who can forget NXT TakeOver the end? Samoa Joe, Finn Balor in the cage. I mean, all the Gargano Ciampa matches, Joe and Nakamura had just absolute bangers that people were looking forward to. And I get it. They're trying to hype this up as one of the biggest matches we've seen in a very long time in NXT, but they call it one of the most anticipated matchups ever. He said this is the most anticipated matchup in NXT history. And to say that goes, have you seen NXT? They ain't new. It's not like AEW where they haven't had a lot of big matches yet. So you can kind of get away with saying that. You can't in NXT because they've been around for so long. But regardless, this match I thought was really good. Ran through multiple commercial breaks. The bell hits, and they sized each other up. Balor with some kick attempts, and Balor with the headlock to start the match off. Kross leveled Balor with a shoulder block. Balor with a strike, but Kross drives the big knee into the gut of Finn. After a commercial break, Balor had Kross down. He was working over his arm. Kross brought the fight, though, to Finn Balor, as he just couldn't keep down. Finn couldn't keep him down. Kross sent Balor into the corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Kross kept control as he nailed a running clothesline in the corner, a back elbow, and a short clothesline in the corner as well to drop Balor as Scarlett cheered from ringside. Also, guys, I forgot to mention, if you want to be part of tonight's show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. The number is in the live chat and scrolling across the screen down there. Anyways, back to the action. Where was I? Balor, though, just couldn't be kept down. Just like Kross couldn't keep them down. He would get his ass beat here for a minute or two, look like he's out, and then get back up. Balor broke free of a whole chokehold, and Kross just decked him. Just decked him and knocked him straight back down. Balor, though, ducked a clothesline and applied an abdominal stretch, forcing Kross to scream out in pain and drop to his knees. Balor unloads and focuses on the lower back for some quick action before going for a pin attempt They got technically a 1, but the ref called it a 2. Balor attacked in the corner and worked crossover with some forearms. One point, Cross launched Balor across the ring with ease from one corner to the other. Cross with a big German suplex to launch Balor across the ring. Balor countered a slam into a crossface submission hold. Cross resisted, and Balor delivered some kicks. One point, Cross was dominating this match after a commercial break. Cross with a suplex in the middle of the ring. Balor fights back, though, in the middle of the ring as well, nails a suplex of his own, but Cross came back just really quickly with a bridge for a 2. He traded counters and shots as Balor nailed the basement dropkick. After another commercial break, Balor was getting up as the fans were rallying in Finn's favor. He traded rights and lefts here, and Cross scoop slammed Balor and then rammed him into the turnbuckle. Then across the ring, then he rammed him into the other turnbuckle across the ring and did a running power slam in the middle for a 2. Cross at one point tossed Balor out of the ring. Cross followed and slammed Balor headfirst into the plexiglass barrier several times. Cross lifted Balor into a powerbomb position and drove him into the plexiglass with another power move. Cross brought Balor back into the ring right before the 10 count as the referee was saying, "Hey, you better get back in. You better get back in." I think he did that twice, where he was like, "You guys are about to get counted out if you don't hurry up. Get back in here. I'm counting 8, 9. And where was I? I just lost my spot. And this gave, with Balor being thrown in, it gave him the advantage to get to his feet in the ring before Cross got back into the ring and hit a sling blade. Balor then clothesline Cross over the top rope to the floor. Balor runs and leapt out of the ring, taking Cross down at ringside with a big dive and a huge pop from the crowd. Cross, though, got right to his feet, and the crowd was shocked that none of this fazed him. Cross grabbed Balor from behind and drove him into the announce table. Basically, the Randy Orton backdrop on the announce table. As they said, "Look at the back of Finn Balor. It's all welted up already." Fans started chanting, "This is awesome." Again, the referee did the whole get back in the ring. I'm counting. I think he counted to 8 this time. Cross enters, but Balor meets him with some offense. Balor dropped Cross and delivered a double stomp as the fans went to rally for him. Cross gets right up and nails Balor with a running drop kick in the corner. No, Cross got up and Balor nailed Cross with a running drop kick. Balor then went for the coup de grace, but Cross rolled out of the way. Balor landed hard on his feet like he almost blew out his ankles, and Cross rammed Balor into the turnbuckle, then nailed some German suplexes. Cross then picked up Balor and delivered a stiff Doomsday Saito suplex. Cross got back up. He stood tall for a few more boos from the crowd. Cross waited for Balor to get to his feet, and Cross charged at him with some forearm strikes, but Balor took him down with a quick pin attempt. Balor with another abdominal stretch and Cross down on the mat. Cross powered out of this, mounting Balor on the back and just raining down shots to the back of his head until Finn reversed it, raining down shots of his own. Balor would then get locked in a sleeper that he turned into a triangle. Cross started fading. The ref almost called for the match to be ended when Cross got to his feet, with Balor still with the triangle on, and he dropped Finn down with a big powerbomb in the middle of the ring. Balor and Cross then got up at the same time, but Cross nailed a clothesline. Cross with a big strike in the corner, then a forearm to the back of the head. Cross then dropped Balor and stomped away as the referee warned him, "I'm going to disqualify you," which I guess it was because it was in the corner. I never got that whole "get him out of the corner, you'll be disqualified" thing. Cross then applied a chokehold. Finn faded, and the referee called for the match to end. So they don't do the whole 1, 2, and I get it. They're trying to be more MMA-like, where in an MMA, the ref's just his discretion. But with that, Finn Balor fades. The ref calls for the match, and Scarlett gets this look on her face at ringside like, "Wait, that's it? We won? No. Oh, my." Like, she was shocked that was the finish. Like, almost she didn't know what the finish was. Like, I take it she knew what the finish was, but the way she played it up, like, "It's it? We've won? Oh, my God." Like, the way she played that up with her facial expressions was like she almost didn't know. After the match, Cross and Scarlett stood tall in the ring as his music played, and the show went off the air. But that was NXT. Karrion Kross is still the NXT champion, and we'll see what this means for Finn Balor. I kind of hope it means Finn's coming back to the main roster. Here's my thing. I think Finn should be a surprise entrant in Money in the Bank. I think there should maybe be 2 surprise entrants in Money in the Bank. And let's see. So I got the question yesterday, I think it was, who should win Money in the Bank? And I thought about it. It's going to be one of 2 guys, Finn Balor or Adam Cole. That's what I think. Both guys could be slated. I know Adam Cole is. Finn, maybe, slated to be coming up to the main roster. What better way to bring them up than have them debut in Money in the Bank? Well, I mean, for Finn, it's not a debut on the main roster, but regardless, have them win Money in the Bank. I mean, they'd both be heels. I mean, Finn can go either way. Adam Cole should be a heel. He's a phenomenal heel. And we go from there. But yeah, what's next for Finn Balor? Main roster, probably. I mean, I could see him have some great matches in NXT and stay down there for a little bit, but I just don't see what else is left for him unless, and they didn't do it tonight, I mean, unless he's going to get that record of first 3-time NXT champion. What is left for Finn Balor to do in NXT? He went back down. He got rejuvenated. Now it's time to go back to the main. I really think it is. But with that, guys, remember, if you want to be part of tonight's show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Check those text messages right here, right now. First text message does state, you think we will ever get Demon Balor anytime soon? I feel it was the best thing when Finn was in big matches. I mean, I don't know why they haven't been doing it anyways. Like the second O'Reilly match, he should have been the Demon. He really should have. First says, what would you rather, Cross versus... what would you rate? I read that wrong. Rate the Cross versus Balor match. A 4. Maybe 4.25. The last one I gave 4. Last one I said 4.5. But if I had to rate this one, I'd say 4 to 4.25. Good question from Derwin Gomes in the YouTube chat. Did they show anything about Diamond Mine? If they did, I missed it. Because I didn't see anything Diamond Mine. Interesting. I forgot. I didn't even think about that. Person said, this is just my opinion, but looking at how Beth Phoenix did the Glam Slam and then watching Taya Valkyrie do the move, I say Taya did it better. I think they both did it well. I mean, this isn't new for Taya. Taya's done this move. This has been Taya's move. So, let me see something. Like, I'm 99% sure this has been Taya's move. I can go check. Really? Yeah, see. Yeah, this has been Taya's move. This is nothing new for Taya. I think they both do it well. This person says, I really liked NXT tonight and have been loving Hit Row. Cool. I mean, there is a demographic for this group. I'm just not in it. But if you like Hit Row, by all means, love Hit Row. Person says, who's getting called up? I mean, I've heard Adam Cole. Finn Balor's a possibility. Maybe you can bring up Io Shirai. Just a couple names that are basically well overdue. He says, do you think another Halloween Havoc? Why not? I mean, why not do another Halloween Havoc? I would. No reason not to, right? He says, I can see Kyle O'Reilly facing Cross for the NXT Championship or Johnny Gargano. Yeah, I think it's going to be O'Reilly or Cross, not Pete Dunne. I mean, they played up recently, Kyle O'Reilly. They also kind of teased Johnny recently as well. But I think, honestly, I think right now, do Johnny Gargano now at TakeOver. He can lose. It'll be fine. Build up Kyle O'Reilly a little more and then have him face Cross. I just don't know who beats Cross, to be honest. And again, this person says, who do you think wins the number one contenders match? I'll go Johnny. I could be completely wrong there, but I'll say Gargano. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Now remember, no live stream tomorrow because there's no AEW tomorrow. AEW is Friday night, and unfortunately, depending on my work schedule, I may not even be able to do a review on Friday, regardless whether that's SmackDown or AEW. So unfortunately, it's maybe the last live stream of the week as far as PW Unlimited does go. Probably do some more on my personal channel, twitch.tv/Timmy Buddy. But I may have to go out of town Friday afternoon, Friday evening-ish. So I wouldn't be able to watch NXT or Dynamite from home. I'd have to watch it like on my phone. But we'll see how that all goes. If I'm home, I don't know how I'm going to do the reviews because I'm not going to watch SmackDown from West Coast time 5 to 7, then watch Dynamite from 7 to 8, 7 to 9, and then go live that late. You know what I mean? That'd be a very late live stream and a longer live stream because it's two 2-hour shows. And so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no AEW stream tomorrow because they have been moved to Friday. And next week, they're going to be on Friday as well because of the NBA. So 2 weeks in a row, they will not be on Wednesday. AEW Dynamite will air on Friday, but we will be 100%, tell you right now, we'll be live this Sunday. It is Sunday, right? Sunday for Double or Nothing. We will be live reviewing Double or Nothing once that show goes off the air Sunday. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here tonight. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. All right, if you're still watching on Twitch,